The text message arrived at exactly 11:48 p.m. 3 words. She's with him. No name. No explanation. Just a blurry photo attached beneath it. And when Ethan opened the image, his entire world stopped breathing. Because the woman stepping into the hotel elevator with another man wasn't just anybody. It was his wife, Sophia. For 10 seconds, Ethan couldn't move. The glow from the phone lit his face while rain hammered against the windows of his office. He stared at the picture again. Maybe it was fake. Maybe it was old. Maybe there was an explanation. But deep down, he already knew. Because for the last 6 months, Sophia had been changing. Late-night business meetings. Phone calls she took outside. Password suddenly locked. And the worst part? The way she stopped looking at him like she loved him. Ethan leaned back slowly in his chair. His chest tightened. 12 years together. 8 years married. And somehow, it all came down to one photograph. His assistant knocked lightly. "Sir, you're still here?" Ethan locked the phone instantly. "Yeah, just finishing up." But after she left, he looked at the image one more time. Zooming in, the man's hand rested gently on Sophia's lower back. Comfortable, familiar, intimate, not accidental. Then his phone rang. Sophia calling. Ethan stared at the screen, then answered calmly. "Hey!" Her voice came soft and warm. "Baby, are you still at work?" "Yeah." "You sound tired." Long pause. "I She laughed lightly. "Well, don't stay too long. I miss you." Ethan closed his eyes. The lies sounded effortless. "I miss you too," he whispered. And for the first time in his life, he hated himself for saying it. Most people would have exploded, screamed, confronted her immediately. But Ethan didn't, because Ethan built his entire career studying people. He was a corporate attorney. He knew one thing better than anyone. The truth always leaves fingerprints. The next morning, he hired a private investigator. Quietly, discreetly, no drama, no confrontation, just evidence. 3 days later, the investigator slid a folder across the table. "You sure you want to see this?" Ethan nodded. The man hesitated, then opened it. Photos, dozens of them. Sophia laughing with the same man, holding hands, kissing, entering hotels, leaving restaurants, looking happier than she had in years. Ethan's throat tightened. "How long?" The investigator exhaled slowly. "At least 11 months." 11 months. Ethan looked away before his emotion could betray him. "Who is he?" "His name is Marcus Hale." The investigator paused. "He works for your company." Ethan froze. "What?" "He's one of your senior architects." The room suddenly felt smaller, hotter, more suffocating. Because this wasn't just betrayal anymore. This was humiliation. She helped him get promoted. The investigator continued carefully. "She's been moving money too." Ethan looked up sharply. "What kind of money?" The investigator slid another document forward. "Company funds." Ethan's blood ran cold. That night, Sophia came home smiling. "Hey, babe." Ethan watched her carefully from the kitchen. Beautiful, elegant, familiar. A stranger wearing the face of his wife. "You cooked?" she smiled. "Thought I'd surprise you." "Oh." She kissed his cheek, and Ethan nearly broke apart from the smell of another man's cologne still lingering on her coat. At dinner she talked normally. About friends, vacation plans, random gossip, like she wasn't destroying him behind closed doors. Then she smiled. "We should finally try for a baby." Ethan stopped chewing. A baby. After cheating for nearly a year. He stared at her, and suddenly one terrifying thought entered his mind. What if she was pregnant already? Sophia reached for his hand. "You okay?" Ethan forced a smile. "Yeah, just tired." But inside, something dark was beginning to wake up. Ethan couldn't sleep. At 2 a.m., he walked downstairs and opened Sophia's laptop. He knew the password. Still their anniversary date. The irony almost made him laugh. He searched carefully. Emails, bank transfers, hidden folders. Then, a video file, unnamed, recently deleted, recovered automatically. Ethan clicked it. and instantly wished he hadn't. Sophia sat on a hotel bed beside Marcus, laughing, drinking wine. Then Marcus asked a question that changed everything. When are you finally telling him? Sophia rolled her eyes. Soon. You've been saying that for months. I know. You nervous? Sophia smiled coldly. No, I just need the company's shares transferred first. Ethan stopped breathing. Marcus laughed. He really trusts you that much. Sophia smirked. He'd do anything for me. Then came the sentence Ethan would never forget. By the time he realizes what happened, she raised her wine glass. We're already on everything. The next morning, Ethan sat alone in his office, silent, still, dead inside. Then slowly, he began making calls. By noon, company access changed, financial account frozen, internal investigations launched, Marcus suspended, lawyers activated. But Ethan wasn't finished, because betrayal this deep deserved something worse than anger. It deserved exposure. 3 days later, Ethan hosted the company's annual charity gala. Hundreds attended, executives, investors, employees, and Sophia arrived wearing a stunning black dress, smiling proudly on Ethan's arm, like she had already won. Marcus stood across the ballroom, pretending not to look at her, pretending they weren't sleeping together. Ethan took the stage, tapped the microphone, and smiled calmly. Tonight, he began, I want to talk about trust. The room quieted. Sophia's smile faded slightly. In business, trust is everything. He clicked the remote. The projector behind him lit up. Photos appeared. Hotel footage. Messages. Bank transfers. Gasps filled the ballroom. Sophia turned pale instantly. Marcus looked like he'd seen death itself. Ethan's voice never rose, never cracked. For 11 months, he continued, my wife and one of my executives have been stealing from this company while conducting an affair behind my back. The room exploded into whispers. Sophia grabbed his arm violently. Ethan, stop. He stepped away from her. No. Then he looked directly into her eyes. You had 11 months to stop. Marcus tried to leave. Security blocked the doors. And then Ethan delivered the final blow. You wanted the company. A pause. You should have read the prenup more carefully. Sophia's face dropped. Completely. Utterly. Everything you touched, Ethan said quietly, was never legally yours. Sophia's knees nearly gave out. No. Oh, yes. Ethan smiled painfully. The shares, the properties, the accounts. He leaned closer. You spent 11 months destroying your marriage for assets you could never own. Marcus looked horrified. You told me the company would become ours. Sophia turned toward him desperately. I thought it would. Ethan stared at both of them, then finally said the words that shattered the illusion completely. I knew about the affair 4 months ago. Silence. Pure silence. Sophia blinked. What? I wanted to see how far you'd go. Marcus stepped backward. You set us up. No, Ethan replied coldly. You set yourselves up. Then Ethan handed investigators the evidence. Police approached Marcus. Sophia began crying, begging, pleading. But Ethan felt nothing anymore, because the woman he loved had disappeared long before tonight. 6 months later, Sophia sat alone in a tiny apartment. Marcus had turned against her during the investigation. Most of her friends disappeared. Her reputation was ruined. And every night she replayed the same moment in her head. You had 11 months to stop. Meanwhile, Ethan stood on a quiet beach at sunrise, peaceful for the first time in years. Not because revenge healed him, but because truth finally freed him. His friend walked beside him. Do you still love her? Ethan looked at the ocean, then answered softly. No. A pause. I just missed the person I thought she was. The most dangerous betrayal isn't cheating. It's pretending to love someone while secretly planning their destruction. Because some people don't break your heart by leaving. They break it by staying long enough to destroy everything you trusted.